Hey everybody, Mr. Mall here. Welcome to Murder at Old Fields. This video we are going to look at how to collect and get all the evidence from the crime scene properly. There are some little intricacies of how to pick up the evidence, and you got to make sure you do it correctly, because what can happen is you can go try to collect all the evidence, but you didn't click one button and you have to go back and do it all again. Okay, so you can see on the screen here, here's our crime scene. You can select the arrows. That's how you kind of navigate around. I'm on the iPad here. I'm going to go to the right. I'm going to click on this yellow arrow. And this little animation is going to go. If you notice in the top left, I'm going to go back. In the top left, it says skip travel. If you hit that, after a few, the animations are going to get a little annoying. You can hit that and it brings you right to the spot. So I'm going to do that. So arrow and then skip travel. I'm there. Okay, it can get a little annoying. Okay, so we're at part of the crime scene. I see a broken window. Not good. Okay, what I'm going to do is I can see some things here. All right, I can see a broken window. It looks like there's something under the broken window on the windowsill. It looks like there's a hatchet down to kind of the middle right. So I'm going to collect some of this evidence. The first thing I have to do in the bottom left of the screen, it says magnify. I'm going to click on that and a magnifying glass comes up, okay? And I can drag this around. You notice how the outline of the magnifying glass is red. That means I'm far away from a piece of evidence. But as I move it closer to a piece of evidence, it turns yellow. And the closer I get, it turns green. And once I'm over a piece of evidence, it'll turn perfectly green. I think I've already collected this piece, that's why it's not going. I'm going to go down here to the handle, or to the axe, and look at that. It's green. Okay, so I found a piece of evidence. It's green. So what I need to do is I need to click examine, and it'll blow it up a little bit. Now, down on the bottom left, you see some more options. There's camera and swab. Every piece of evidence is going to have the option to take a picture under the name camera. So I'm going to take a picture by clicking that. If you don't do that, then it doesn't collect the evidence, and that can get super annoying. So if I go to my evidence button in the bottom right, I can see that I collected some blood. I've collected some footprints. I've collected some, so this is mine. Yours might be a little different, especially if you haven't started yet. But I can make sure that the picture's in there. Okay, so what I'm doing now is it's a piece of blood evidence. I know that because down here it says swab. It's going to take a little Q-tip and it's going to swab the crime and the evidence. So now I can see blood droplets on axe, evidence L. Okay, so now I know that's been collected. Okay, so that's collecting one of the pieces of evidence. I'm going to go back to my magnifying glass here. I'm going to click that. And I know there's another piece of evidence around here somewhere because it's still glowing. And I'm going to try to find that piece of evidence. This can be a little tricky on the iPads because it's touchscreen. There we go. There it is. So I just move it around until I find it. I'm going to click examine. All right. And I'm going to take a picture. Remember, click camera. Takes a picture of it. X has been partially examined. And now this must be a fingerprint because it's giving me the option to dust. Okay, so I'm going to dust. Here's one of the only problems I have with this is that you can't really see the fingerprints. You have to guess that they're there. This is very similar to a real crime scene. Very rarely do you get to see just fingerprints hanging out unless it's in like a pool of blood or oil or dust or something like that. You have to guess where they are. You have to use an educated guess of, here's a broken window. They must have touched it to open it in some way, so I'm going to dust for fingerprints. Luckily, this gives you the magnifying glass that glows green when you're close. Real crime scenes don't do that, I'm sorry. I wish. Okay? So, let's see. I'm going to go back to my magnifying glass. And, alright, there's another piece of evidence nearby because it's glowing still. So I'm going to drag this around. Oh, look at that. Magnifying glass right there. There's a footprint. I think I've already collected that one. I'm going to keep moving it, keep moving it. Oh, let's see. Going to find another piece of evidence here soon. Oh, there's another footprint. Okay, so I'm going to examine it. And footprints, you just take a picture. Okay, so there's 4 types of evidence you take. Blood, which when you get a drop of blood, you'll be able to take a picture of it and you swab it. Okay, fingerprints, take a picture and you use the duster. Footprints, you just take a picture, and then hair, you take a picture and then you use the tweezers. Okay, so now your task is to just go around and find other pieces of evidence. So I'm going to the back shed. I'm going to use my magnifying glass, and I'm going to see, all right, it's glowing. Oh, look at that. I went right over one. Perfect, okay? So I'm going to examine it, and, oh, it must be a fingerprint because it's allowing me to use the duster. Done. And I'm going to take a picture. I forgot to do that. See, that's the thing. You forget to take a picture, it can take you a long time to go back through all of this. So now you have the whole house to go through. Good luck. Let me know if there are any issues, and try to find all the evidence. It can be a little tricky. I will give you a heads up. Some objects in the house have multiple pieces of evidence on them, so just a hint. All right, good luck.